Alright guys, welcome back to the Wild Bro Show. Today we have a varmint, or not a varmint, it looks like a varmint. It's actually a hornet and it's got a center point scope on it.
Gamma hornet.
So today we're gonna test this out real quick. This is a spring gun. So it's got a spring in it instead of like a nitro piston or gas piston, ram, whatever.
Their older ones were spring.
Yeah, so this is spring. So this video is about changing the spring out and putting an actual like nitro piston in it, an off-brand piston. But we're gonna test it out real quick with the spring and see how kind of see what groupings it makes on a bullseye target and kind of what it sounds like. There's not much of a sound. I mean, you can kind of feel it different, but I don't think
it vibrates more with a spring.
Yeah. So we're gonna start. So I think we're gonna kick right into it. So you can feel it. You can feel like the spring going.
The scope hasn't really been sighted in yet.
So we've got hollow point Benjamin pellets. It says they're 8.2 grams. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna open that up. There. Okay. Got my tweezers so I don't get cancer because I'm scared. And load it up.
Okay, so I'll give my brother the phone so he can video with it. Can you get off the bench so I can disable?
Okay, so can I try and zoom in with this?
No, video me. So I'm just gonna shoot
at the bullseye.
And then I'll load it up.
Which bull are you shooting at?
So I'm gonna shoot at the right bull cattle feed target. I'm gonna shoot at the target. I'm gonna shoot at pretty much his EODP, his rear.
Okay, I'm videoing.
No two on the letters. Well, I guess I can. That was 5 shots.
So we're running up to see to kind of show you how big the group is.
So we're about 25 yards. So we got a hit here. That would have been a dead cow. Okay, so, I mean...
This is a Diet Coke, so you can see about how big it is.
Diet Coke's no good.
And
that's
this is
better.
a Zevia, so you can see how big that group is.
That's pretty horrible.
Yeah. Okay, so... over here! We are going to go change that spring out with a nitro piston or a gas ram. We're going to see if that makes any difference. And then we're going to come back out and shoot at this target and see if the accuracy is better, to see if it's overall better. So we're gonna head down to the basement and get that thing fixed up. Okay, we're back inside we're in the house now, and we're gonna attempt, we've done this before, but we're gonna attempt to replace the spring in this gun. So look, here we go.
It's a Gamma Hornet.
So here's the gas ram that we're gonna put into this spring gun.
It's a custom.
This is a custom Air Seals gas ram for a Gamma varmint and other Gammas that we.
Well, it's a standard, so it'll fit in most standard brake barrels that have springs. So this is the piston we're gonna put in this rifle right here. This is the Gamma Hornet. Velocity 1,200 feet per second with PBA, 1,000 with lead. It's similar to a varmint.
It's just like a
The stock's a little, in my opinion, a little cooler.
Yeah.
It's got a Crossman scope on it.
It's got a center point.
Center point.
It's got adjustable AL.
So it's probably best to take the scope off when you're doing this.
Yeah.
So you don't break it.
Break the scope.
So we'll pop the scope off, and then we'll show you how to get that spring out of there. All right, so we removed the scope because you don't want your scope getting dinged up. All right, so now we have to remove the stock, which is pretty simple. There's 3 screws. So you don't want to, so take note, this little screw in the front, you don't want to remove because that just takes the trigger guard off. So I don't know what site, This isn't very professional, but I don't know what size this.
Oh, whatever size it fits in.
So 20.
It's 20.
So that's for the back one right here. So you'll unscrew that. My fingers are in the way, see? Okay, so you'll need that screw. So now there's 2 on the front. Oops. My hands are kind of greasy.
So we had to take apart the other one to get the piston out of it, the varmint. And varmints are originally spring ends.
And then there's one on this side you're going to want to get out. Might be better if I lay this on the table. We were gonna do this in time lapse, but I'm like, there's lots of people who do it on time lapse and you can't see what the heck's going on.
Yeah, so when we were replacing the piston on our other gun, we shuffled through half an hour of videos and we couldn't figure out which video to watch.
So now what you're gonna do is carefully, so watch my fingers. I just popped the front of the barrel up, grab this plastic piece, and it'll slowly slide out.
That thing's pretty clean.
So we'll set that there. So see, here's the stock.
Pretty much. Here,
grab the varmint.
Compare it to a varmint.
It's Hornet stock versus varmint stock.
It's the exact same. The grip
this is the only part that's different. That and that.
and the texturing for the grip.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not about stocks though, we're about changing stuff. So, here we are. So we got some grease. There's the spring. Can you see that down in there?
There's 2 of them, actually. So the guy grabbed 2. The one spring must have been 2 weeks, so he stuffed the second one in.
Yeah, it's kind of a mess in there. So see this plastic piece? You can pop that off. So there's a pin right here. So that pin holds this in, which holds the springs back. So what we're gonna have to do is carefully.
You're gonna want to break it part way open.
So don't caulk it.
Do
But
not
just barely
caulk
break it open. And then if you can see,
Whoa,
so
what's all that white stuff? Oh,
that's
grease.
grease.
That's grease.
Hold on, are you videoing me? Okay, so you caulk it, or you don't caulk it, you move the barrel. Okay, so if you look right here, there's a little hole at the farthest end. Okay, so now it popped out.
And that's a
Can you see pretty good?
Hold on. That's square, so it's hard to get it out of that hole.
Okay, so now what you'll want to do is,
What do you want me to do about that?
so you gotta pop that. You gotta bend this so you can just pop that out of the hole. Right? Can you see? You have to pop this wire.
Yeah, so you have to bend this piece.
So
'cause
this-
it has a joint here and there.
So this wire you're gonna want to need, because that's part of the safety mechanism that goes over to here.
So it won't fire while you're caulking.
Yeah, so it's so if you have this cocked,
And you pull the trigger.
you didn't pull it through, it doesn't come back and hit you in the face.
So
Okay.
some Haxons, it will hit you in the face.
Older ones. Okay, so we got our parts all in a group. The part that is
Sketchy.
you'll need a punch, and we have this odd looking hammer, and
It's a multi-tool hammer.
it's a multi-tool hammer. It's got different tips. We got the brass tip in it. So what we're gonna do is, I'll set this on the carpet. I need more light. What we're gonna do? So you take this pin, you put your punch on it, and you slowly. Okay, so now our pin is. See how it's starting to come out?
And then
So.
And then you hold it in the air.
Okay,
Oh.
so our pin came out.
So-
You're gonna need that. Save it. Okay, so.
So I guess it's only on the varmint.
Okay,
that
so see
shoots out.
here. Let's get back to the table.
I'll pick up stuff.
All right. So now you're gonna pull your trigger part out. Here we go.
So you don't need that piece or that piece in there.
Hold on, we're not there yet. So here's the spring, And I don't know if this one's been modified.
There's two right there.
Well, there's like two. So there's just there's like
two.
half or a quarter of a spring wrapped around in the original.
He must have had to change the spring, probably.
Yeah, we got this air gun from a friend, and he messed with it,
Yeah,
which
so
can void a warranty. So see these parts?
you don't need any of those.
You don't. So you just pull these out. See, because you don't need that.
Can I save those parts?
Yeah. So here's our RAM, and it'll just sit. See, sits like that.
Yeah.
So what else? Before you put all that back together, what you can do is take a smaller Allen key, put it in. I don't think we need that either. Maybe that doesn't. You gotta pull. There's the plunger.
See, you also don't need that.
So there's this other piece.
You really don't need that?
No,
That's cool.
So see, there's this other piece that's part of the.
that's to keep the spring from hitting.
So it would go in here, in the plunger, and dunk dunk. But you don't need that.
Because
See,
this has it built in on.
see, this has got the. So you go, oop, and there you go. That's all your RAM takes. So this.
Yeah, when you have a RAM, it eliminates a lot.
So you
of
can
pieces.
clean this is the plunger. You can clean this up and use like that silicone chamber oil on it. Rub it down. And then, so this would slide, so we'll slide this back in. It's a little tricky starting it.
It's not worn out either, so. that makes
Yeah, this
it
gun's
easy.
pretty new.
Yeah, it's like brand new.
It's not new, it's just not used.
Okay, so then
That's all the way in.
this is gonna be this video. Okay, so what we'll do is got our piston or ram,
It's a custom air seals gas RAM.
so we'll slide that in.
I need to zoom.
I don't know. So you have to make sure this thing's all the way in. So here's when we're gonna have to get.
The spring compressor.
So this is as far as it'll go without force. So this is when bum 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 bum.
You better move
Where the
on.
heck did it go? Here, this is when you're gonna have to get a spring compressor.
And if you don't have one, you can build one. Do you want to show how?
Okay, so here's our spring compressor. We built this, and it's pretty much a chunk of wood, and you got a groove.
Lots
So
of brackets.
So we custom made the groove just big enough for a gamma varmint or whatever size your air rifle takes. So this won't work on.
we just grabbed parts around the shop, put this together. We put it upside down, and see in the back, and you'd have this.
And we use tuna can lids,
You
like
need-
3.
So it's kind of, we have some tuna can lids.
You need 3, otherwise this will eat right through these things.
So you'll need 3 lids. This is if you build one like ours. You can buy them. You would put this behind here.
Or if you have time to go to town, you can buy one.
Yeah.
So make sure you're even.
You have to line that. You have to line it up with that. And these are just so it doesn't push right up that hole.
Yeah. See, like it's already pushing it in. See how it's see how we're gonna. So
Is it already there?
not quite. So then when it gets tough, you're gonna want to have to get ours. You have to get pliers.
Because ours is not the most.
Ours isn't the. It gets the job done. We don't do this too often.
Yeah, this will only be the second time we've ever used this.
I think that's about.
We're almost
that's good.
there.
Oh, that is good.
It is.
Alright, yeah, you need to go a little bit more.
So, but here, unzoom a little bit. So here's our pin. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
So see, now it's in. So then you back this off.
So when we did our gamma varmint, it was a huge pain. It took us hours.
Huh? We're trying to make a YouTube video and that thing over there keeps interrupting.
Well, he has to go feed his puppy. I need to go help the puppy in a little bit.
All right. See, look. See how it was starting to chew away at that?
Look, show him the front. Look at the front. That's so crazy.
It pushed through 3 of those. And look.
Okay, but we're not focusing on that. So see, look. Now you have your piston in your brake barrel. Trigger assembly's back in.
Your half brake barrel.
Okay, so now we have our wire. This is the safety mechanism, or part of the safety mechanism. So when the barrel's cocked and you accidentally pull the trigger, it won't come back and hit you in the face. So here we go.
Can I say something real quick? There was this guy's channel called Blocketh Outdoors, and he had a Hatson, and he accidentally did it once, and the barrel came slamming up, and it didn't hurt him, so he just kept doing it, but then he ended up breaking
his. But this is so you don't do that.
Yeah.
So if you look over here, so you need to get over top so the viewers can see. See that plastic piece down there? My finger's pointing. So you're gonna want to take your wire, pop it right there. So it went in that hole. Okay. So now, look over here. The main idea, okay, hold on. So the main idea is you have to crack your barrel. And the best way is to take the barrel off, but we can't get that barrel off. So there's a sweet spot where this bends, where you can just pop that in, bend it, okay. And then carefully, it should just stay. Carefully, hold on. I want to make sure that's safe. There. So then we'll drop this back into the stock. I'm trying to find my word. So drop this back in the stock and yeah. So we'll do that. Okay. So we're almost there. So that's okay. Let me rephrase. This is the lever. So when you break the barrel, it'll push this back, which will hook onto that and cock the piston. Mm-hmm. But in order for it to do that, we have to get it back into the hole. So you'll pull, don't need to have the barrel cocked for this. Okay, and then, all right, see how we're back to normal? So, and that reset. So now your safety, so your barrel doesn't hit you in the face if you accidentally pull the trigger when it's
Gamos have the mechanism, so it's safe.
Yeah, some older brake barrels do not.
Yeah.
So it is a good mechanism. Okay, so now what we can do is
get the stock.
You can get the stock, but what you'll want.
You need that piece.
Yeah, you don't want to forget this plastic piece that just slides right over.
Slides right on. Perfect.
So then what you do, you take your stock. And I like to hold on, make it so you can see. Okay. So I like to try and drop the trigger in first. See how the trigger's dropping in? And then this should just
in.
And then you'll put your screws in. Yeah, so these are the ones that go here. So you'll put your 2 back into the front, and you'll take your larger one, put it in the back.
So yeah, that's the longer one that screws in the trigger part.
See? Make sure it's snug. Don't have to over tighten it. Okay. Same up here. Sometimes the screws will try and fight you, but in the end you'll win. And yes, for when you take care of or when you maintenance your brake barrel or oil it, always check these screws to make sure they're snug, because when they're not, it'll just go. And then you'll take your scope wherever that went, slap it back on, and test it out. So we're gonna slap the scope back on. Back on. And we're going to go test it out and see if the accuracy improved. But we don't have a chronograph.
The range has probably improved because this was weak. It couldn't even kill a star.
So we're going to go out to the range and test it out.
Here comes the delivery guy with the new gun. Or not the new gun, but the new piston installed.
The Gamma Hornet Nitro. It's got the Nitro piston.
Gas Ram edition.
Gas Ram. We're installed. We're ready to go. So first, got to break it open. Here we go. Oh, smooth.
It used to grind when you cocked it because there was like an extra part of a spring that wasn't
All right.
stock.
I'll give that a
But now it's super smooth.
okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, we'll load a pellet in. So we're gonna shoot at the left bullseye, cow target doodad.
His gut.
His guts.
That's
And
where you always need to shoot stuff.
we'll see how accurate we can be. So
My nose is itchy. That'll make
can be. So
my nose is itchy.
here we go.
You missed. Oh, wow. That's 4.
Last shot.
We better hope this is a good
Then
one.
we'll go review the results.
That bull looks grumpy. Murdering. There we go. Those are 2 heart hits right there.
All right, let's go check her out. Okay, we'll see what we got.
That is...
Okay, so hold on. Here's the before. So we hit there. Next one, we hit
There, and that is it compared to a Coke.
There's
I mean, that's way worse.
Air Diablo.
So this is the bottom of a Coke can compared to that. This is it this way. So that's about an inch and a half this way and about a... So that's about
Okay, so it's a lot better.
Let me talk real quick.
Still not great.
Air-
What?
Air Arms Diablo Field pellets. Those are really good in that gun.
And
Yes.
so are Gammo Tomahawk. Gammo Tomahawk are cheap and they're good
And
for
they're
pest control.
All right, well, that was the spring removal and piston adding video of the Gammo Hornet. I don't think they make it anymore.
no, they make a Hornet Max.
So,
Subscribe so you don't miss when we do Benjamin Vaporizer versus Gammo Fusion Mach 1 thing.
tune in next time to see more cool videos, right?
Yep.
And I missed because I was rushing it.
How about Benjamin, dude?
We'll see you next time. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Wild Bro Show.